parked in a really bad location for this vlog. God damn it.
Hello, everybody! That's not my intro, but that's how I'm starting it. Hey guys, it's Ashley. I decided on a whim to make a secret video that I'm not telling anybody about until this video goes up. So enjoy my secret video. And in my secret video, I'm going to be rereading the Percy Jackson books. I said that I wanted to reread them in a couple of videos in the past, but I really realized that this year I'm turning 22, and in all of my videos I always say that the first time that I read Percy Jackson was when I was 12. And whether that number is true or not doesn't matter. My memory, as we know from how much I remember from books that I literally just read the day before, is not that good. So we're just gonna ballpark and say 12. But anyway, I realized that 12 years old and 22 years old are 10 years apart. Somebody's about to walk right in front of my car and I don't want them to see me talking to a camera. Oh, she's looking right at me too. Oh boy. Oh, and she's getting into the Fiat in front of me. Oh, okay. Let's get you out of the parking lot. I think if I just keep staring at her, she'll leave. She's literally just sitting in her car. Bitch, move! Anyway, now the lighting is really bad, so I'm gonna have to finish this somewhere else. But my main thing was that 12 and 22 are 10 years apart, so I thought, why don't I reread the Percy Jackson books 10 years after I first read them? I guess a great number to use for a vlog. I like it. I did reread the first 3 books, like, I don't know, a few years ago, but we're gonna pretend that didn't happen because I don't remember anything that I read, and we're just gonna start fresh. As I'm sitting in the parking lot of work right now about to go in for my shift, I have the Lightning Thief with me, so I'm gonna read on my break and I'm just gonna vlog about it. We're gonna vlog me rereading and re-feeling all of the feels when it comes to Percy Jackson. If I'm known for anything on YouTube, it's for one of 3 series. It's for either A Darker Shade of Magic, for Illuminae, or for the Lightning Thief. I think The Last Magician comes in like a 4th place because not many people know about that series, so it's like, eh. But Percy Jackson is probably number 1. Anyway, okay, it's running late. I have to get into work. Hopefully the lighting on this vlog is not too bad, and hopefully this lady will appreciate what she's seen, appreciate the work that I'm putting into this vlog by vlogging in front of her, even though I'm very uncomfortable right now. And I will catch up to you guys later when I start reading. So I'm so excited for this, and I'm so excited to take you all on this journey with me. So, let's go. So clearly I'm home. I feel super weird vlogging when I'm at work, especially when I'm on my break and I'm in the office. I don't know, I just feel weird. So vlogged in the car, vlogged at home. That's kind of like my routine now, if you guys haven't noticed based on my vlogs. Everything happens literally in this position right here. Me on my bed with a white background. That's it. So today is actually my brother's and my dad's birthday, so I'm gonna be going to have cake in a few minutes, but I thought I would update everybody. So on my break I did manage to get to, I think, chapter 3 of this book, and I forgot how much I loved them. Oh my god. Just like reading from Percy's point of view when he's 12, he's just such an innocent little boy. He's just a little boy. I love him. I didn't say this in the beginning of the vlog yet, so I'm gonna put it here before I start talking about the book. There are going to be spoilers in this vlog, but I'm gonna try my best not to spoil everything. But if there is something that I really want to talk about that is a spoiler, I'll put a little image of the cover, either like in this corner or that corner or wherever it's gonna be, and that will let you know that you need to mute it if you don't want to be spoiled. I know a lot of people have read these books, so I'm hoping that we shouldn't have too big of problems with this. So let me talk about where I got to on my break. I forgot in the beginning of the story. I'm not really spoiling anything. It really does not play a big part. In the beginning, Percy's attending like Yancey Academy, which is like this private boarding school, and there's a teacher who ends up being this demonic, godly creature thing, tries to attack him, and then everybody pretends that nothing happened, even though the people who know who Percy is, even though Percy doesn't know who he is yet, they know what happens. They like play it off as if nothing happened, and Percy gets so angry, and I love it. Also, when I read the first page, it just like totally brought me back, and I love him so much. The whole part where he's like talking to the audience as if they are actual people. You know, he's like, look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. If you're reading this because you think you might be one, my advice is close this book right now. Believe whatever lie your mom or dad told you about your birth and try to lead a normal life. Being a half-blood is dangerous. It's scary. Most of the time it gets you killed in painful, nasty ways. If you're a normal kid reading this because you think it's fiction, great, read on. I envy you for being able to believe that none of this ever happened. But if you recognize yourself in these pages, if you feel something stirring inside, stop reading immediately. You might be one of us, and once you know that, it's only a matter of time before they sense it too. And they'll come for you. Don't say I didn't warn you. I don't specifically remember reading that little snippet when I was younger, but looking back on it now, I'm just imagining all of the young kids who are reading this story for the first time and hearing that, and reading the, you know, if you feel something stirring inside, stop immediately, if you recognize yourself in these pages. It makes little kids feel like they are so special and that there's something special about them, and I love it so much. I'm 21, almost 22 years old, and I love it. I'm gonna keep reading, and I'll update you guys on what I'm feeling later. Oh, would you look at that? It's about an hour later, and I'm in my usual vlogging spot. I'm on page 84 right now, and I wanted to come on and update you guys because I just had a feeling. It's not a good feeling. I know what happens in this series because I'm rereading this, and there are so many things that are peppered throughout this book that hint toward things that are going to happen, like foreshadowing. I don't know why I had to explain it like that, why I couldn't have just said the word foreshadowing, but you know what I mean. And I love it so much. I'm going to talk about a character who does play an important role in the rest of the series, so I'm going to call this a spoiler, even though this part isn't a spoiler. I'm kind of just spoiling what you might feel for this character in the end. So like I said, I'm on page 84. I'm right at the part where Percy is being introduced to everybody, and he's being introduced to cabin 11, which is the Hermes cabin, because he's currently undetermined. Something that I didn't know before this, as Chiron is like walking him around and showing him the cabins, he actually opens the Poseidon cabin and looks inside, and I didn't know that he did that before until I'm just now rereading it. But that's not the part that I wanted to talk about. He's being introduced to everybody, and all of a sudden we've got this guy who was a little older than the rest came forward. Now campers, that's what we're here for. Welcome, Percy. You can have that spot on the floor right here. It's Luke. Ugh. Something else that I hate, he sounds like he's a frat boy. He wore an orange tank top, cutoffs, sandals, and a leather necklace with 5 different colored beads. Like, he sounds like he is a summer camper, but he also sounds like he's dressed like a frat boy, and I don't like it. I've been like grinning ever since I started reading this part with the capture the flag game. Oh my god. It's like every time Percy jumps into the water and he feels better, I'm like, do you not know? Your father, Annabeth murmured. This is really not good. It is determined, Chiron announced. All around me, campers started kneeling, even the Ares cabin, though they didn't look happy about it. My father? I asked, completely bewildered. Poseidon, Earthshaker, Stormbringer, father of horses, hail Perseus Jackson, son of the sea god. Oh, my boy. My boy. I've literally only made it like 15 pages, and Annabeth just called Percy's seaweed brain for the first time, and I'm emotional. You girls back again with the random update in the middle of page 150. Can we talk about for a second how Grover can only play 2 songs on his reed pipes, right? Okay, we all know that he's not good at the reed pipe. Those 2 songs are Mozart's Piano Concerto No. 12 and Hilary Duff's So Yesterday. Why is Rick Riordan like this? You can change your mind if you wanna. You can change your clothes if you wanna. Okay, so it is the next day currently. It is almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've got a lot done today, to be honest with you. None of it, mind you, was reading, but it was a lot that I wanted to get done, so I'm proud of that. I just wanna say hi to Maverick before I talk a little bit more. Hi, baby. Hi, sweetheart. What's up? So anyway, right now it's a pretty good time because I got a cute t-shirt on that's more relevant now than it has ever been. General Hospital is on the TV, which I don't watch, but it's there. And pizza rolls are in the oven right now. That's the oven. And we're just having a grand old time. I think I'm gonna read a little bit. I'm literally more than halfway done with the book, which is a little weird to say because I just started it yesterday. If you can see, that's where I am. Yes, I'm dog-earing my pages. Nobody come after me, okay? Let me do what I want. I'm on page 226. I keep forgetting how many things in this book are not included in the movie, and it makes me so mad. The other thing that makes me really mad about the movie, and what I think could have made the movie so much better and they could have kept going with them, was if they had made the characters the age they were supposed to be. Why did they feel the need to age up the characters? There was no point in rooting for them. It's like in Harry Potter, you're so attached to the characters because you started with them when they were young and they grew and you're watching them as they grow, and it's great, and that's why there's 8 movies. But in the Percy Jackson movies, they just aged him up to 16, and right then and there he's introduced to this world. And yeah, it's cool, but like we have no sentimental attachment to Logan Lerman as Percy Jackson because we haven't seen him grow up in this world. So I think that's one of the points of contention between me and the movie that I just can't stand. Little spoilers for people who haven't read the book yet. I'm gonna talk about where I'm at right now. So I'm at the part where they're in the diner right now, and they're meeting Ares for the first time. And I love it because Percy's like, the biker looked at me. I couldn't see his eyes behind the red shades, but bad feelings started boiling in my stomach. Anger, resentment, bitterness. I wanted to hit a wall. I wanted to pick a fight with somebody. Who did this guy think he was? And that's another thing that you don't get from the movie is Percy's voice. You don't get all of the funny lines that he says to describe things. You don't get all the great characterization that you get in this story. It's so funny when he describes things and he compares them to things that he knows about, and they're all these like super funny like young things because he's 12 freaking years old. I don't know, I'm bitter. I'm gonna keep reading. My pizza rolls will be done in 3 minutes and 15 seconds and then we will feast. So God bless Totino, my Lord and Savior. I can't believe I just said that in a vlog, but I am trash for pizza rolls. Okay, I don't think there's a way for me to follow up with that, so I'm just gonna go. Goodbye. So today's Thursday. So yesterday I actually managed to finish The Lightning Thief. So book 1 is done. That took me less than 2 days. I'm laying down in bed because I'm tired and it's almost midnight. It's 11:49 and I'm tired. Today was just like a long, slow day. So don't mind me, I'm just gonna be laying like this. I forgot how much I loved that story. Oh my god. Little spoiler section for those of you who don't want to know what happens in the book. I forgot at the end that Luke betrayed Percy like that, like with the whole scorpion thing and the coke in the woods and whatnot. I forgot that that happened. In the movie, I think it's done a little bit differently, if I'm not mistaken. For some reason, I just have the movie like so clear as day in my mind. I forgot how less epic it was in the book, and I love the way that it was done in the book. It's just like this casual betrayal. You know, he gets stung by a scorpion and then he wakes up 3 days later and everything's fine. I mean, everything's not fine. Kronos is rising and going to try to take over the world, but everything's fine for now. Summer's over, they're going back to school. Someone I don't think is talked enough about in the Percy Jackson books is Grover. He's just such a great friend. And he just helps Percy so much. I don't think he gets enough credit for the stuff that he does. He's just like the best person that you'd want to like be on your side during a quest, because he just roots for you and he just like supports you in every decision that you make. And he's just great. I mean, obviously everybody loves Annabeth and Percy, but like Grover is so underrated. So I gotta hand it to Grover. Like I said, it's almost midnight and I am on to the Sea of Monsters. The Sea of Monsters. Wait, am I holding this upside down? I was. The Sea of Monsters. That's a Publix receipt. Ignore that. Yeah, this is, I think, like the shortest book in the series, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like the shortest one as I'm looking at them on my bookshelf over there at the top. And I remember this movie being so epically bad, it's not even funny. So I'm really excited to read this and then to watch the movie and laugh at it. There are so many books that I should be reading, and instead I'm rereading Percy Jackson, and I've never been happier with my choices in life. So I'm gonna leave it there tonight and get back to you with where I'm at in the Sea of Monsters, though I'm not going to start this tonight. I'm actually going to write a little bit because it's been a few days since I've written, so that's what I'm going to do. Thanks for coming to this portion of the vlog where I'm literally just laying in bed. I know this is the content y'all came here for, so I'm bringing it to you. Hello everybody. I can't remember the last time that I updated you guys. That's not good. But I did start Sea of Monsters finally. I think like just about 50 pages into it, if not a little bit farther. And I just want to say I totally forgot about Tyson. I forgot that he was a character. I forgot the way that we meet him. I forgot everything. And as soon as I read it all, I was immediately thrown back into that scene in the movie with the iron metal bowls, and I hate it. But the book scene was really good, but I just, yeah. Also, I forgot about Tantalus, and I'm very excited to read more about him. Something that I did want to go through though is how pretty the book covers are. Like, I forgot how gorgeous these book covers are. Okay. Let me put these down on my bed so that we can see and appreciate them. I love my small paperback ones that I still have. They're just like so near and dear to my heart. I love them. Okay, let's spin you around. So like, I don't know about you, but, oh, that's my bra. Let's get that out of here. I don't know about you, but these are some of the most beautiful covers and I love them so much. I think that the Battle of the Labyrinth has always been my favorite just because I love like the light from like the whatever is happening here, but then I also have always loved The Lightning Thief because it's like so iconic. But yeah, I don't like all together like this, they have such a perfect aesthetic and I love them so much. I wanted to share my appreciation for that because I forgot all about it until I was looking at the cover of the Sea of Monsters that's sitting on my desk, and I was just staring at it and I was like, that's a real nice cover. Yeah, I was hoping that it was gonna be a nice day out, and the weather said it was gonna be a nice day, but of course it's Florida, and so whenever it says it's gonna be nice, it really means it's gonna be disgusting and overcast and rainy, so what else is new? So I'll update you guys when I start reading some more, and I'll let you know what I think. So, see ya for now. Well, I am stuck at a drawbridge right now, so I figured now was as good a time as any to vlog. It's Monday and I am off of work today and tomorrow, which means I have time to do stuff. Today was a really nice day and I really just did not want to stay cramped up inside filming, so I decided I was gonna go to the beach because I'm reading Percy Jackson and like beach, water, right? I'm still on Sea of Monsters currently, if I'm gonna give you guys a reading update. I'm about halfway through with the book, so I'm making pretty good progress. Right now I am at the part where Percy and Annabeth and Tyson have just boarded Clarice's like ghost Confederate ship, which by the way, I love that. I love that idea that all of the people who are on the losing side in a war serve Ares until they fulfill their purpose. I don't know. I really love that idea and I've loved it ever since I've read it. And something else that I love that I really didn't notice up until I started reading this book right now, they talk about Talia so much more in this book. Probably because of what happens at the end. Ugh, all these things that I'm missing that I like didn't notice until now. I love it so much. So we're about to see Clarice and her crew and Percy and Annabeth and Tyson go through Charybde, I forgot, and Scylla, I forgot how to say their names, but yeah, they're going to get the Golden Fleece. It's gonna be a great time. Yeah, I'm still stuck at this drawbridge, so I have nothing to do except listen to Jonas Brothers music. Okay, ever since the Jonas Brothers released their new song, I've been listening to Sucker and like old Disney Channel music on repeat nonstop. It's really bad. I should honestly stop. I took a break to listen to Billie Eilish's new album, but like, I'm still listening to Disney Channel music and it's bad. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna pause now just in case people are watching me around me vlog, and thinking about that now, it makes me really uncomfortable. I honestly don't even think that there's any boats going under this. Oh no, there is a boat. I see it. All right, I'm gonna get going. I'll check in with you guys later. So my hair's a little crazy because I took a shower earlier. We're gonna ignore that. Today was a pretty okay day. As you guys know from my last update, I went to the beach for a couple hours. It was great.
I finished The Sea of Monsters, actually. I spent 2 hours at the beach, and it took me 2 hours to read the second half of the book. So that book is very small, and I basically know like everything that happens in it from like start to finish. For some reason, that is the book that I can tell you exactly what happens, like beginning to end, like each sort of like thing that they hit. Like they get to the Princess Andromeda, and then they get to Clarice's ship, and then they get to Charybde? I still can't say that name. And then they get to Cece's island, and then they get to the Sirens, and then they get to Polyphemus's island. It's like, I can just tell you that, and I don't know why. But I still absolutely loved it. I am about to dive in to the Titan's Curse. And this has always been my favorite book of the series, and so I'm eager to see if that is going to still hold true or if that's going to change. We're gonna find out. But yeah, like I said, I was at the beach today. It was a pretty calm day. There weren't a whole lot of people at the beach, partially because I think snowbird season is slowly ending. Something that was not so nice. I got very, very sunburned, and you can't see it now because it's on my butt and it hurts. You know that feeling when you get like a really bad sunburn and then everything is like really warm and hot, and then you go to sleep and then all of a sudden you have the chills? I feel like that's how I'm going to feel tonight, and I already feel it coming on, and it's not good. I should know by now that I'm so pale that I don't need to be going to the beach and sitting in the sun, and yet here I am making the same bad decisions over and over and over again. But something that I did notice and that I really just thought about while I was at the beach today was that I was literally in the same place almost that the Sea of Monsters takes place in. Because basically the entirety of the book exists in the Bermuda Triangle, and you know what happens to Grover, which I won't say in case people don't want to be spoiled, but what happens to him happens in St. Augustine. And so off of St. Augustine you get into the ocean. Bermuda Triangle is off the coast of Florida, like that kind of thing. So I was sitting there on the beach and I was like, wow, I'm like almost in the Sea of Monsters. I'm like, great. Also, okay, there was a scene at the end of the book where after everything happens, they kind of wash up on the shore of Miami. And there was a line in there that was like, lots of strange things wash up in Miami, or like Miami is the place where all the strange things wash up, or something like that. And I found that so funny. I love it. Florida in general is so freaking strange. Yeah, so one of the reasons that I love The Titan's Curse so much is that the Sea of Monsters actually ended on one of my favorite parts of the entire series, which, this is a spoiler, so here comes the little title cover shot right here, which is when Talia comes back. Talia comes back to life because the Golden Fleece healed the pine tree that she had turned into when she saved everybody else on their way to camp, and now she's back, and I love her so much because she's like punk rock, she's got eyeliner, she's got a leather jacket, she knows what's happening, and Percy is still just freaking clueless. What I also love about this story is that we get introduced to Zoe Nightshade, and then the other reason, probably like the main reason that I love this book so much, we get introduced to Nico and Bianca here. And while Bianca doesn't have very much of a like role to play, Nico, this is the first time we get to see Nico. Oh my god, I love him so much. He's such a little angsty, grungy boy in this one, and I love it. In the Heroes of Olympus, he's so grown into himself, and he's just so much more of like an angsty teen, but in this one he's literally like 9 or 10 or something, and he's great. I like Nico's one of my favorite characters in this series. I don't know why. I love him so much. I love him with all of my heart. I don't want anything to happen to him. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go now because I'm gonna make this video very long because there's 5 books in this series, and I was gonna split this video up into like 3 parts and have you guys vote on whether you wanted to see it in parts or as a whole, but I just made that decision for you. You're getting it as a whole because I don't feel like editing it in pieces. Good luck getting through it all. Okay, bye. Okay, update. I'm literally only 36 pages into this one, and I already have so much that I want to say. I forgot that they found Nico and Bianca at the like military school. I feel like, weren't they, I haven't gotten to this part yet so I don't fully remember, but weren't they like born in the 50s and then they were stuck in the Lotus Hotel that Percy and Annabeth and Grover went to in The Lightning Thief, and they kind of like stayed the same age, and then somebody took them out. I don't remember who exactly, but isn't that what it is? Percy asks how long he's been playing this game, and he goes, just this year, but before that, what? I asked. I forget. That's weird. So they kind of hint at it with that, but oh my god. Okay, so I wanted Nico. So crazy how much Nico changes. Oh my god. For those of you who are watching this because you've read this book, if you know Nico in the more recent books, okay, tell me how different he is from this one after I read this. He went on asking questions. Did I fight a lot with Talia since she was a daughter of Zeus? I didn't answer that one. If Annabeth's mother was Athena, the goddess of wisdom, then why didn't Annabeth know better than to fall off a cliff? He's so young and so innocent and so childlike in this one, and in the more recent books and in the Heroes of Olympus, he's just old and angsty and death. And don't get me wrong, I still love him so much, but it's like he starts off this way, and it's kind of like this world does this to him. This world kind of pulls him down, down, down. And that kind of sucks. I mean, the whole thing with Percy is that Percy started off as this kid who felt like he didn't really have anything and didn't have anything special about him. You know, he had ADHD, he was dyslexic, he would never have really good grades, people would always pick on him, he had to transfer schools a lot, and after finding out about all of this and all the cool things that he could do, he slowly builds up his confidence and becomes a different person and grows through that. But Nico kind of goes a little backwards, and now that I'm thinking about it and like comparing them, it's really sad. Granted, I don't remember what Nico is like in the remainder of this series. I just remember in this book, for instance. In this book, he starts off super, super innocent, and then based on what happens at the end, he kind of like becomes real dark and depressed, and then kind of disappears in a very dramatic fashion, if I'm remembering correctly. And then in the more recent books, or in at least the Heroes of Olympus, maybe in the rest of the series, but he's known as this like greasy haired, you know, like depressed teenager. And I'm like, look at the difference in that growth. Granted, in a lot of the newer books, when he's, you know, with who he's with, which I love, you know, he's better, he's happier, but still, I just realized all of that. And I realized that I'm going very deep into this, but I don't care. I'm rereading, and that's what this is about. Okay, one more update. Even though I'm only on page 44 and I've only managed to go like 8 pages. I forgot that The Titan's Curse is also the book where we meet Apollo for the first time. And Apollo is such a great character. Okay, I don't know if this is like an unpopular opinion or if this is an opinion that anybody has at all other than me. I find him so much more enjoyable to read in this series versus in the Trials of Apollo. There's something about that series that whenever I think about it, I'm just like, eh. But then I think about this series and I'm like, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I just need to keep reading that series again to like remind myself how good it is. But I love Apollo. He's gonna come in on his like bright red school bus and they're gonna take a trip across the sun, and Talia is gonna have a really big crush, and it's gonna be great, and I can't wait. Okay. Goodbye. So it's quite a while since the last time I spoke to you. It's currently April 11th. So in the time span it has taken for me to start vlogging again, I have realized that I am vastly unmotivated to do literally anything in my life, including read. Which is why I've been constantly putting it off, and instead I've become addicted to Try Guys videos. It's not a thing that you want to happen when you really want to get shit done, because it's never gonna get done because there are so many Try Guys videos. There's so many. But that's not what this vlog is about. This vlog is about Percy Jackson, so let me tell you where I'm at. I did read a little bit farther. We got introduced to Blackjack, which I'm super happy about because Blackjack is honestly one of my favorite characters. This isn't a spoiler, so I'm not gonna put like a spoiler or anything here, but he is a Pegasus, and he is the funniest Pegasus because he speaks in like a New York or New Jersey or whatever it is accent, and he calls Percy boss, and it's like so funny. For those of you who don't know, since I'm not putting a spoiler card up for this, so you might be watching this and haven't read Percy Jackson, Percy's obviously the son of Poseidon. That's not a spoiler, you know it going into the series, and that means he can talk to horses because Poseidon invented horses. So That's where that came from. Anyway, yeah, I freaking love Blackjack. He's so, so funny. But right now we are at the part, this is gonna be a spoiler, where Zoe and Bianca and Talia and Grover are going on their quest, and that girl Phoebe just came down with something that the Stoll brothers gave her, and so she can't go now. And so Percy has been convinced by someone, I don't remember who. I literally just read this the other night and I can't remember who, and this is not good. This is not good at all. Oh, it was his mom. His mom convinced him to go. That's right. He's been convinced by his mom to go. So he's on Blackjack, he's following the group, and we're gonna see what happens. I also got to that part where Nico asks Percy to promise that he'll bring Bianca back, which is like the beginning of what happens at the end. What I love about Nico, love so much. Anyway, that's my little update today, so I'm going to try to read some more and see where I get to. I want to try to finish this video as fast as possible so that I can get it up. Hopefully that will be coming soon. So yeah, I'll update you guys later. It was nice talking to you again. Let's ignore the lighting for now. The sun just went behind a cloud and it tinged everything blue, and I'm not sure what to think, so we're just gonna go with it. A random few days later update, because I've made progress and I thought I should tell you all. I did manage to finish the Titan's Curse, so yay! That only took me like 2 weeks. I just kept putting it off for some odd reason. I really don't know why, and I kept getting distracted, but I finally finished it. That's the whole point. A few points that I wanted to make with the Titan's Curse that I'm just going to pull out of nowhere because I really didn't have any points to make. I forgot that Bianca died the way that she did. I don't know, I like remember big moments in all of these books, but like the little moments and like the way that they get to their destination beats me. So that was a real shocker because I forgot that's when she died, because she was trying to take the little like mytho-magic statue or whatever to Nico. And speaking of Nico, so I remembered wrong that he rose skeletons out of the ground. He just opened the ground to eat the skeletons that were coming after them. I also didn't remember that Percy and Annabeth and Grover realize he's the son of Hades, but they don't tell anybody. Also, I also forgot that Talia joined the Hunters in the way that she did. I thought that it was like she just came out and was like, I'm gonna be a hunter because I don't want to have to deal with this power struggle. But Artemis invited her to be a hunter, and I forgot that that happened. Oh, okay, something that I really loved at the end was when Athena clearly does not like Percy and does not want Percy to be living right now. I forgot how much of a cliffhanger that book ended on. They're all talking to Chiron, and then all of a sudden, I think they're all talking to Chiron. I've already forgotten at this point, but they all are somewhere and Grover runs in and he's like, I heard him. And everybody's like, who are you talking about? And he goes, Pan, I heard him. He said, I await you. And then like end scene, and that's it. And that leads us into the Battle of the Labyrinth, another book that I forgot most of what happens in. The one thing that I remember is something about a sphinx toward the end, and that's about it. But yeah, I'm about 60 pages into the Battle of the Labyrinth. I forgot how good it was. The Battle of the Labyrinth is like that book that's like the Order of the Phoenix. And I know that everybody says that, you know, Harry's got some teenage angst, which he does, but he's also suffering from PTSD because he saw somebody die. So even though Percy's not suffering from PTSD, he's still like, he and Annabeth are just like super angsty because like they're 15 now, they could go to high school, and so they've, you know, got their little feelings for one another. And I don't know why I just did this for feelings, but you know what I mean. And so Annabeth is starting to get jealous of Rachel, and Rachel doesn't know what's going on, and Percy's super confused, and everything's happening, and now all of a sudden the labyrinth is here, and we have to figure out what to do. I think that's all I wanted to say right now. I really just wanted to update everybody that it's been a few days, and I finished that book and I'm on to the 4th one, so we're one step closer to this video being done. Can't wait for you guys to see it because I'm tired of filming it already. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm gonna get going. I have to go to work today, and I'm gonna read some on my break, and yeah, so see you later. Okay, wait though, can we talk about for a second Rick Riordan's author photo for this book? Wow, he is a young, he's a youngin'. Today has been such a lazy day. It was supposed to rain all day today, so originally we weren't really in the mood to do anything, and then the longer that it didn't rain, the more we wanted to start doing things, and then by the time we wanted to start doing things, the sky started getting darker and darker, and then we got more and more unmotivated.
I'm not sure if it was we. You keep saying we, and I'm pretty sure it was just me, and you were like, eh.
The good news, well, there's really no good news this day because this all happened last night. I got through a majority of the Battle of the Labyrinth, so I only have that little bit left, and I forgot how much I loved this book. I forgot everything that happened in it, basically. I love that within the time span of one book, Nico has turned from this fun, happy little 10-year-old boy to this goth, doesn't wash his hair for weeks on end and wears large black cloaks and carries knives and swords kind of kid. I'm not sure if I talked about this or not, but I forgot that the Titan's Curse was when we met Rachel Elizabeth Dare, and this book she comes up so much more, and I'm just waiting for the moment when we're gonna realize that she's like the next Oracle of Delphi, because that hasn't happened yet and I totally forgot when that happens, but I know that that's a thing that happens, so I'm ready for it. But anyway, so I am going to either finish this or end up playing Scrabble with my mom or doing something the rest of today. I'm just like, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Percy Jackson. So let's talk about some of the stuff that's happened in the book since then. I forgot all about how much of Clarice we see in this book. Like, we saw a lot of her in the second book, The Sea of Monsters, but in this book we see a little bit more. We find out that she had a relationship with Chris, who was sent into the maze by Kronos' army and by Luke, and then went crazy, and now he's about to die. So it's been really nice to see that like soft side of her that we never see, because she's always just described as this bully. Something else that I totally forgot happened was when Percy needs to escape the Telkine, so he uses like his power and it basically erupts the volcano, but he gets sent to Ogygia with Calypso. I forgot that that happened. I'm on page 272 and I'm still waiting for them to find Grover and Tyson again to find Pan. I'm like 90% sure it happens in this book, because I know that by the end they find Daedalus and he ends up dying, and that's the one who's going to fall by the Ghost King's hand, I think. Also, I keep getting Minos mixed up with Midas. One of them is a bad guy. I mean, they're both bad guys, but one of them turns everything to gold and one of them doesn't, and that's something that I really need to keep straight. Now my family is in here. I have to talk while they're talking.
And then when you want to do that, we want to make the pizza too.
When is all this supposed to be ready?
Whenever you rest and you're ready to get up again. Want to do 6:30? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Did we bother you? I'm changing bras.
Anyway, to close out this little bit of the vlog, the part that I'm currently at right now, Percy and Annabeth just went to go get Rachel because it turns out you need a mortal to be able to navigate the maze, and so they just fought the giant in that like arena with Luke and whatnot. They just fought him, and now they are on their way to try to find Daedalus. That's what I'm waiting for, and I've only got a little bit left, so I'm gonna try my best to finish this today. In the course of this, I've realized that I am not the best vlogger. I take absolutely no B-roll, and it's just a back and forth of me talking with nothing in between, so I hope you guys enjoy anyway. Okay, I'm gonna go finish the book. Goodbye. I can't believe I've already read this book and I'm still being surprised by it. I totally forgot that Quintus, or Quintus, or whatever his name is, was Daedalus. Why do I seem to remember the most random, insignificant things, and yet giant plot twists like completely evade me after a few years? I don't understand. So it started storming really bad, and he got really scared, so I wrapped him up in blankets, and now he's been sleeping. He's such a little snuggle bug. Look at him. This lighting is terrifying right now. I'm using my like book light that I used to read at the dark.
The best Christmas present ever.
Yeah, the best Christmas present that I've ever gotten. I use it all the time, but it's making some really funky shadows right now, but we're just gonna ignore that. So I just finished Battle at the Labyrinth. I forgot the very end, like the cliffhanger that they leave off on. It's one of like my favorite parts. It's like, you know, the summer has passed. All of the things that happened with the labyrinth are over. Percy is back at his house. He's celebrating his birthday. All of a sudden Poseidon shows up and kind of warns him about things that are going to be coming. And then it's that night and he's planting the moon lace flower that he got from Calypso in the little flower box outside, and all of a sudden Nico shows up, and Nico is like, you know, starting to look like Nico. He's got his like rocker tee and his black jeans and his skull ring and his shaggy black hair, and he's just becoming Nico. I love him so much. He was like, I found out some things. I want to make you an offer. What? The way to beat Luke. If I'm right, it's the only way you'll stand a chance. I just remember being so excited to read the next book after I read that. Yeah, so, but I was just telling my mom that the Last Olympian, book 5, the one that I'm about to start, is the one that I remember the least about. I remember the very beginning, or a scene in the beginning, where Percy is on like a date with Rachel, and then all of a sudden, I think Annabeth shows up, maybe. And then I also remember the scene where Beckendorf dies. That's pretty much it. Nothing else. I remember absolutely nothing else. Oh no, I do. I remember when Percy dips himself in the river Styx, or a different river, I can't remember, and he basically gets like his own Achilles heel so that nothing can really kill him. I remember that part. Other than that,
That's cool.
That's pretty much it, right? You should read these books.
That is so cool.
So anyways, I'm really excited to start this one, and I have a feeling I'm gonna be talking and vlogging a lot more about that one because there are just so many things that I don't remember and so many things that I want to just reread and relive. So I will update you guys when I start the next one. All right, I have some things to share. I'm on page 75 of The Last Olympian. First off, I want to say, I don't know if this is just like the box set or if this is just the hardcover of The Last Olympian, but I didn't realize that it had that inside of it, which is really cool and really beautiful actually. It's just the Empire State Building as Mount Olympus. So I think in one of the last clips I said that one of the parts that I remembered the most was Percy and Rachel in a car, and then Annabeth storms in. It's not Annabeth, it was Blackjack and Beckendorf. So they came in to go do the thing on the Princess Andromeda and blow it up, and then that's when Beckendorf dies. I remember talking about him in my video, characters that I'd want to avenge the deaths of. Rereading this, I would 100% stand by that still. He was like a role model to Percy, even though he wasn't really like a big character in the book that much, but he was one of the campers that like you knew of. He was just a really nice guy and everybody looked up to him, and if I could go back and avenge his death, I 100% would. Still stand by that. But that made me remember that I'm like 99% sure that Selena was the spy for Kronos' army in Camp Half-Blood, and we haven't gotten to the part yet where like it comes out and she dies, but I remember that now, I think. Don't quote me. Also, Typhon is back, and Percy keeps thinking about Nico's offer, which I am 90% sure, if I'm thinking back on this right, is the offer of Percy to make his own like Achilles heel if he dips himself in the river Styx, or whatever river it is that gives you the Achilles heel. I'm honestly not sure if I remember exactly. And then there was the scene with Rachel, and Percy had already left, so Percy was at Camp Half-Blood and he was dreaming about Rachel, and Rachel's dad was asking her like, oh, what about the trip and whatnot, and Rachel had drawn these images of things that she had seen, which kind of foreshadows that she's going to be the new Oracle. Also, there's a little snippet where when they're getting the great prophecy from the Oracle, that Annabeth or Percy asks about the Oracle and is like, why is she a mummy? Like, why is this a thing? And Annabeth is like about to say something and then doesn't. That is also like a foreshadow, and I'm just now realizing that. The kinds of things that you notice when you go back and you reread. Also, last thing that I want to say that I've realized at page 75, there's a scene where Percy and Annabeth are doing like their assignments
or whatever, and so Annabeth is going and inspecting cabins, and Percy has to go through some of Chiron's like messages and whatnot. They get a message, it's the last message that Percy looks at, and it's from Gleason Hedge, who, if you guys have read The Last Hero or The Heroes of Olympus, you will know is the main satyr, I still don't say that correctly, but the main satyr in that series. He's Coach Hedge, and I just now noticed that he wrote a message in this book. Anyway, okay, yeah, that was all I wanted to say. Like I said, I'm gonna have a lot of thoughts about this one because I remember literally nothing. So I'll catch up with you guys later when I read a little bit more. So bye.
Hey guys, it's been a while. It's currently June 23rd, and I don't know when the last time that I updated this vlog was, but I'm here and I finally finished the series. I really could not give you a straight up explanation as to why I decided to stop before the last 100 pages of The Last Olympian. I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I was not able to edit any of this vlog without that because I need to take the memory card out and I don't want to put any of it's a big thing. And so I finally forced myself to finish it, and it was just as wonderful as I remember. So I literally stopped right in the middle of the battle for Manhattan, if that's even what it's called, and all of the action, all of the really good action, so good. I can't remember if I was doing spoiler warnings or not, so this is a spoiler warning for this book. I totally forgot how Selena died. I forgot that she impersonated Clarice to go charge into battle with the Ares campers, and then Clarice followed them, and then she got mad because Selena died, and then she started attacking, and then the whole thing when Hades comes around with Nico, and it's so cute. Hades is like so despicable, but they're so cute. So the whole battle and everything was great. Like, I loved it. I especially loved the part where Percy's mom and dad wake up and Paul Blowfist stabs a monster with a sword. Rachel then becomes the Oracle, and they all like go up to Olympus to get their awards or whatever, and Percy can be made into a god, and he's like, nah, I'm too good for that. I just want you to recognize all the minor gods and their children. I'm trying to find a way to describe how much I love this series and how like timeless it is for me. I don't know. I mean, obviously like the writing and everything is a little young because he's 12 growing up to 16 in these books, but I don't know. I feel like I could just like keep reading them over and over and over again and never get tired. I've been thinking, and I think one of the reasons that I did put it off was because I didn't want to finish it again. And I think that was just like this subconscious thought that I kept like pushing off and like disregarding, but I really think that's what it was. So now that I'm finally done with it, I am proud to say that I read these books. I can finally mark them off on my Goodreads page because I've been keeping that a secret so that I could make this video. Before we part, I do just want to say that I basically squealed when the great prophecy for the Heroes of Olympus, I totally forgot that was a part in this book. It makes me want to reread those books now. Should I make that a video? Should I read the Kane Chronicles first? I don't know. Let me know down below what you think I should do, because I really thought about making a reading vlog for all the Kane Chronicles. But if you want to see Heroes of Olympus first, just let me know, you know? I'm down to do whatever. So if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so freaking much for watching. I know this is gonna be a very long video, but I'm hoping that it's one that you guys will enjoy. Even if you haven't read the Percy Jackson series, if you listened through the spoilers or if you muted the spoilers, I really thank you, because I feel like that was half of the video. I feel like you just can't make a reading vlog without going into spoilers for some of the books. So, I mean, a reading vlog is basically a book talk in a way. So thank you, and I apologize for taking so long to make this video. It's coming. I'm hoping to get it up by this Wednesday. Cross your fingers, because if I don't, then there's no video this Wednesday going up because I didn't plan better. So alright, so I think I'm gonna stop there. My arm keeps getting really tired because I literally just woke up like 10 minutes ago and got dressed for work, so that's why I keep switching my arms. But I think I'm gonna stop this video there. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a wonderful video to make, and I really hope I can make more of them in the future. I'll see you later, or I'll catch you later. What do I usually say? I don't know. Goodbye.